Hello everyone, and welcome to our beginner's guide to SQL for Android. Today, we'll be exploring how to create your very first SQL table using SQL Play on Android. This is an exciting starting point for anyone interested in managing data effectively. We'll go over the basics of setting up a table, like the student's table you see here, with fields for ID, name, and age. So let's get started and see how easy it is to create your first SQL table. Today, we'll start by exploring how to view all tables using the SQL Play side menu, which helps us easily navigate and manage our database. Next, we'll look at listing tables, so you can see what data structures are available. Then, we'll delve into the importance of constraints, such as primary key, not null, and check, which help ensure the integrity and validity of our data. Moving forward, we'll learn how to add rows of data into our newly created table using the insert into statement. Finally, we'll cover defining columns and data types for a new table with the create table command, which is the foundation for building your database. These steps are essential for understanding how to work effectively with SQL and manage your data confidently. All right, let's take a look at this slide. First, you'll see the green circle at the bottom right. That's the Run button. Clicking it will execute the current command. Think of it as telling the computer, "Hey, go ahead and run this." When you do that, it adds a new row of data for each student, so you can easily input multiple records one after the other. Now, moving to the next part, we have the insert into statement. This is how we add data to a table. It's like telling the database, "Insert this set of values into the table." Then we see the create table command. This is really important because it defines the structure of our table. It specifies what columns we'll have and what type of data each column will store. For example, in this case, we're creating a student's table with 3 columns: id, name, and age. Notice how the syntax works. Create table followed by the table name, and then within parentheses, the column names along with their data types. This setup is fundamental because it forms the blueprint for how our data will be organized. Finally, we see some sample insert statements, where we add specific students: Rahul, Priya, Vishal, each with their respective IDs and ages. This hands-on example shows how to actually populate the table once it's created. Overall, this slide ties together creating a table structure and filling it with data, which are core steps in managing databases. They're the foundation for organizing and storing information efficiently. Now let's take a closer look at some key aspects of creating a robust table for our products. First, we want to reject any negative price values, since it doesn't make sense to have a product with a negative cost. To do this, we include a check constraint that enforces price equals 0. This helps us catch errors early. Next, we need to ensure that certain fields are both required and unique. For example, the product name should be required, meaning it can't be null, and it should be unique to avoid duplicates. We achieve this with the not null and unique constraints. The product ID is a special case. It's designed to fill itself in automatically. We use AUTOINCRMENT so that each new product gets a unique identifier without manual entry, which simplifies data management and reduces mistakes. Another important point is preventing errors if the table already exists. To handle this gracefully, we add the if not exists clause. This way, the database will only create the table if it doesn't already exist, avoiding unnecessary errors in our scripts. Putting it all together, the create table statement includes these constraints and options, ensuring our product's table is both reliable and easy to maintain. This approach aligns perfectly with our overall goal, to build a solid, error-resistant database structure. Alright, so once you're inside the app, you'll want to open SQL Play and then tap the 3 lines at the top left corner of the screen. This will open up the menu. From there, just tap on Menu. Now, to see all your tables, look for the option List All Tables in the drop-down menu that appears. Select that, and you'll be able to see all the tables you have, like students, products, albums, artists, customers, and more. This makes it really easy to get an overview of your data structure at a glance, which is essential when you're working on queries or analyzing your database. Remember, This step helps you navigate and understand your database layout efficiently, especially when you're managing multiple tables. And that wraps up Concept 1.1, complete. Today, we've covered some fundamental SQL commands that are essential for working with databases. We've learned how to list all the tables in your database using the command that shows you everything that's there. We also discussed key constraints like if not exists, auto-answerment, not null, and check, which help ensure your data stays accurate and reliable. Then, we looked at how to insert data into your tables with insert into, a vital step for populating your database. And finally, we talked about creating tables with create table, where you define your columns, names, and data types, building the structure for your data. All these concepts are building blocks for working effectively with databases, and they set the stage for more advanced queries and data management. Remember, understanding these basics will make everything else much easier down the line. Thanks for following along today.